Hello, chat. Um, Welcome to the second video on my YouTube. Well, the second video of my second YouTube channel because if you follow me in my first primary YouTube channel, it's under Keepster. This is the Kief RRL channel where the main purpose of the channel is just for me to just be, I don't know, very authentic on camera, be more confident, be just 120,000, 5,000, unscripted myself. And my hopes is that I be more confident on camera, that I would be doing daily, well, I don't know about daily vlogs, but vlogs whenever I can get to it, get some kind of like maybe camcorder situation, or like I'll even use like my smartphone here if need be to record, vlogging. Getting used to that, by the way, and I want to do like food reviews. And I have my support Dark Magician plush. Like you seen, well, soon that's gonna be a probably Sekai Sayonji plush in the near future one, but the Fumo plush of that. And if you don't know who Sekai Sayonji is, she is one of the heroines from School Days that I adore, and I'm one of those like otakus that are in the waifu culture. What the fuck you gonna do? Cancel me for that? Come on, we're in 2026, bro. Anyway, Dark Magician is one of the archetypes that I main deck, and um, I had to like walk all the way for that. And I'm wearing a Spy X Family shirt because it's one of like the many T-shirts that I like wearing. So it's like, uh, I'll show you one of my favorite arts of Dark Magician. I mean, not that one, but this one. The ultimate spellcaster in terms of attack and defense, the Dark Magician. Um, but yeah, so I kind of want to get into like a impromptu sort of like thing I had in mind, and I realize when it comes to just learning a new concept, especially when it comes to rigorous things like school or like anything that requires my full and undivided like attention where I have to apply the subject. Admittedly, if admittedly like I had like my dad a lot of times tutor me, and if I don't have, well, everybody has like a different way of conveying information and learning styles. With me, um I'm I'm not the type that could learn on my own, although you put me in a room long enough I could probably read a thing on my own. The problem, my main sort of like attention issues, and sorry I'm kind of speaking kind of like not like it may be a little bit incoherent, but that's just the way how I cadence like my speech, lack of better like terminology for that. But how I'm gonna like frame this, like the way I sort of convey information like that. It takes like if it takes a normal person like an hour to retain information and just absorb it on their own and to be like that. And in a lot of cases in a conversation, if you put me in a normal conversation, I that's not much of an issue. Where it becomes probably an issue is like retaining the information the way that structural schools would want to retain information. And that's in my last video I went over like, well, I had to take like special ed classes for that, and that is true a lot throughout most of my life. But like um the way what one person might take an hour, it'll take maybe twice as long, if not more. Um Now that's different to when like I'm in an interactive media, like playing a video game, reading a visual novel, even playing a Japanese RPG, playing like Smash Brothers, playing Yu-Gi-Oh, playing stuff like that. That it's like it's almost like some people would think I'm a different person, or this guy plays video games pretty well. That must mean that he's very coordinated or smart or whatever it is. Like yes and no. Like it depends on what I'm doing, right? When it comes to driving, I could probably drive relatively well if I have someone like next to me. But like it comes down to like comfortability, depends the type of pressure I'm under. And it comes down to like if I can handle the pressure pretty well. It depend there's a lot of like variables. It's not just a singular like one and done sort of deal. You can't just tell me, O'Keefe, well, you can just tell me, Keith, take the dish down and put it away. Like that's common sense. And like doesn't take anybody even autistic to know that. But if you told me, Keith, this is the sort of thing we need to do, this, that. Like you told me like a complicated like instruction and if it has no context and if I don't like anticipate or anything like that, that throws me off. That throws me completely off. And I wouldn't have any idea how to like go about that. You know, that's not just something that I can just improv and then take a moment to think and then just make shit happen. That's not how it is. That's not how it works. And the point I'm trying to make is the way I try to sort of like cope and go through things is, and I think my other friend like let Net Idol Lee kind of went over this in a similar sort of concept, but it's like the way that I personally cope with things is I have to kind of just imagine a scenario. So it's like if I'm eating like a buffet or like a Chinese food or even it's like I'm imagining this is gonna like where my childhood wonder comes into play. I am imagining like a scene from Dragon Ball Z, like where Goku like scoffs down like the food. I'm imagining myself as Goku or Luffy from One Piece, and I'm scoffing down the food when I consume large portions of food. It sounds silly, but like that's kind of how I cope with that. Or if I'm in like a structural or school setting, I'm imagining I don't know, like a tuning exam in Naruto. Like if I take a rigorous like test, I'm pretending that I'm maybe Shikamaru Nara or like Naruto even taking that test as if I'm those type of characters that doing just that. Or if I'm wearing like a lab coat or something, I'm maybe imagining that I'm Dr. Mark from Persona 5 Royal or I'm like Okabe from Steins Gate, and it's like it helps me sort of just cope, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? It helps me cope with the idea that, uh, that's how I process things. Um, and how I engage in media is just it goes on one to two camps. You have the camp that's like the normal person that how they normally engage with media, like anime, or for instance, I'm going to use that as a main forefront. Like, they just engage with it. They don't really immerse themselves like they're the character. With me, that I kind of do. So it's like I probably LARP or pretend that I'm say Joker from Persona 5, want to date in fictional characters with reason, and I imagine this is a very important distinction that of those characters that we're all in the same age group, because you're in all intents and purposes that character that you're in, and you're in that environment, and you try to put at the very least. And this is the thing: if you can't relate to the main character in the game or anime or visual novel that you're playing, then it's like you try to put a bit of yourself in there, and you would say to yourself, and this is how I engage with media: what would I do if I were isekai'd into these fictional realms, into the school days visual novel, into like I don't know Steins Gate, into like Code Geass, into like maybe that's another video I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like I did this sort of video in my main channel, but I might do a version of that video like showing my anime collection in the second channel, where it's a little bit less edited and less like music, and it's a little bit more raw. And that's the thing. People are so focused on lack of authenticity and more like on editing. I prefer to do things raw, authentic, because to me it shows realness, not fake. That's what I prefer. So yeah, hope you guys learned something about this and take care. Beyond arguments. Till the next video. Hope you guys like my Spy X Family shirt. I've been keeping up with it seasonally. I still need to watch like the I think Code White movie. It's definitely something I'm gonna do. I might do like anime reviews just on camera, you know. So that's kind of the point of my secondary channel. It's like a lot of it's gonna be on camera. Hence Kief RL in real life. That's what the RRL stands for, by the way. Take care, guys.